and welcome to Kickin Crocs, the podcast. We talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and all sorts of stuff. And Nick just looks at his phone. Oh, okay, never mind. He's good. He's here.
Hello.
He's here, folks. He's back. My name is Steve, one half of Kickin Crocs.
Dave, the other half of Kickin Crocs.
And Nick, the shadow half of Kickin Crocs. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so we got with us another guest tonight. He is a fellow martial artist, fellow black belt, trained under the Paul Prendergast.
He's got his radio voice on.
Like it.
He is leading out the gate, and he's...
I've literally done this for every single
He sounds
guest.
like a
Do you not want
jockey.
me
With
to
a record of 20 and
Do you
0.
not want me to make like a grand
It's
announcement of the guest that
Don't say it. Don't say it. We
Damn
take that back.
it, now we didn't say it.
It's
he said,
Tom!
He said it's line.
It's Tom.
It's Tom. Yeah, so he said it's Tom.
His name's not Tom, by the way. Introduce this
It's
man.
not Tom. I've been trying to. I gotta start all over again now. Jeez. Okay.
Hailing from the Isles.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Hailing from Toms River, New Jersey.
From places unknown.
places unknown. It's Rob Rudnicki, everybody. Sensei Rob.
How's it going, everyone?
Yeah, okay, there you go.
We know him as Sensei Rob, some of you.
What's up, Robert?
What's
Some
going
of you.
on?
Some of our listeners.
we know you as Sensei Rob. Some of you.
Well, some of the listeners would know you as Sensei Rob.
There you go.
And then
There
I
you
think
go.
we must have some listeners. That's my cat playing with stuff over there. We must have some listeners that aren't actually students of ours, I assume.
Right.
We
No,
had
yes.
there was the one person that commented on the podcast saying that she had found us through YouTube and was really enjoying it and
And the
Blah,
kid
blah,
who
blah.
did the kicks for us.
yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
well, I don't think he listens to the podcast, but yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just pretend like he does.
Yeah,
there
that's a
you go.
good. That's
We're
a
just
good.
gonna- we're just gonna, in our mind, he does. Anyways, so hey,
How's it going?
what's going on?
Oh,
What's
you
up,
know,
Rob?
Not much. Just
Welcome.
excited to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So tell us about your journey in the martial arts.
Yeah, we usually whatever I guess.
And when you
comes
got
on-
your first pair of Crocs.
Yeah, we start with their journey.
What's your favorite color? What do you like to do?
We start with their journey as a martial artist, and then we'll go right into your story of your first pair of Crocs. So let's start with the martial arts journey. When and where did you start martial arts?
So I started, I think when I was 5 years old at school that's no longer together.
Yep.
That makes sense for when we first got him.
Yeah.
Yep.
As soon as he became a student.
No, you trained for a while though at a different place.
I
if
did. I was
recall.
there
5
for like
years?
3 years, 4 years. I got my equivalent of. We had a very weird belt system. We had the.
7-3 black belt.
No, I got equivalent of a GED.
We had like the mixed color belts, so we had like the red purple belts and
Yeah.
the orange green belts. So
Huh.
instead of having like a half belt in between, our half belt was essentially
Undecided.
yeah. So I had the equivalent of essentially a purple and a red belt at the time.
Yeah. I remember the school. They did a lot of like demonstrational stuff. They did a lot of interesting stuff. Looked like a tattoo parlor a lot of the time.
Yeah, it did. So did the main instructor that we had. He was he was an interesting folk.
He ran the tattoo parlor in the back.
In the back, yep.
Yeah, part time.
Was with them for many years,
belts
and
were all
then I
tattooed
took
on.
2 years off. And at that time, the Toms River location was just opening up, and my parents bumped into Master Andrew outside, and
And the
not even the rest is history because I didn't even want to get back into the martial arts.
Well, you were like a pre-registration too, because like you started training at the brick school before the Toms River school opened.
No,
No, you weren't one of the
I
pre-reg.
wasn't one of the pre.
And that's funny because he
Oh.
didn't want to go back in, and we didn't want him to come in. So
So, yeah, Master Andrew bumped into my parents, and they said, like, let's give it a try. Like, let's get you back into it. And
So
And the rest is history.
the backstory on the school Rob came to, and I never trash talk other martial artists or other martial arts schools.
except now.
No, I'm not even going to trash
not
talk
even
him.
now.
But he was probably a pretty good martial artist, from what I understand. He had decent enough skills. But what he would do was he would open his school. He would get a lot of people to pay him full. And then he would shut his school down and move locations.
unless he wanted to actually keep you around, and he would tell you the next location.
Then he would tell you next location. But he was arrested for theft by deception.
Where's Waldo?
So he was literally arrested for theft by deception because you can't keep
No, you
cashing
can't- you
people out
obviously can't
and
do that in
moving your
any
business. But you weren't the only one, because that's actually where Tyler if you remember Tyler
Mhm.
Nolan from way back in the day, that's actually where he started too. Same school and same bit. He followed him from school to school.
Interesting.
There was quite a few martial artists that were like, when I say they were good martial artists, and I was a young kid at the time, but like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up the David Frank, like the split
Yep.
kick that he used to do.
Yep.
We had martial artists at that school that would jump and they would do the split
Yep.
kick, and it looked.
I could do it perfectly at one time too.
I could never.
Now
I
I'm
used
old.
to do the splits across the chairs.
Well, so that kick, that Jason David Frank kick, is actually how I met Scott.
Really?
Oh, cool.
So we had
I thought it was the jump spinning crescent.
yes, which is basically the same kick. That's how he did it. Jason David Frank would do the jump spinning crescent, or he would pull it out a little bit further to get the
Okay.
split kick. All split kick is really jump spinning crescent when instead of tucking your leg, you extend it out.
So you just okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, and that was Scott taught himself how to do all the jump spinning kicks in 4th grade on the playground before either of us started martial arts, and that's how we ended up starting together. 'Cause I just was like, oh, I know that kick.
But you
but,
you guys were in the XMA type stuff, right?
Who, Scott and I?
Scott, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got heavy into it, but not till a little bit later on when it was actually we knew what it was.
Just more like gymnastics type stuff.
Yeah, it's just called
included in
it's just
martial
called
arts.
tricking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tricking. yeah.
XMA was like a brand that he tried to
Oh,
market
right.
it.
Got it.
Stuff you really wouldn't use in a
Actually,
sparring match.
Steve Miller has a good
But
post.
if you were on TV, you would.
Steve Miller
Power
has a
Rangers,
good
100%.
Steve Miller has a good post about it, about like he hated the name of the activity, tricking, because he's like, it's such a dumb name for what we do, but that's the name that caught on. That's what everybody called. XMA is like Mike Chatterondabot, Mike Chat. That was his like, okay, I do tricking, but I'm gonna brand label it and try and make a thing out of it, and that's what he did. But anyway, going backwards, a lot of good martial artists had come from that
Mhm.
school. The guy probably could have just made a decent living if he just stopped
Doing what he did.
cashing people out, and he probably would have done all right. So
Oh, we don't know.
Well, what's great is when
unfortunately.
Rob started at Tom's River, I was actually a instructor at Tom's River with Andrew at the time,
That's
helping out when it opened.
I will
So
say.
I got to experience a young Rob.
I will say this. It was honestly really cool with that school just opening up and starting out, because we got a lot of different instructors because we were pulling people from the brick school.
Yep.
So I have a lot of fond memories. I can even tell you about my first class and walking in, and it was a pre-test week, funny enough, and I was like freaking out because I thought I was already testing for my half yellow belt for my first class. But I actually had one of my really long-term friends in that class, and I mean, the rest is history. We went and got our black belts together, and
it's funny when you get to a decent school, you start to like
you enjoy
they become like your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, that's kind of what's happened at ours.
yep.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's
I'm
how
saying,
many of the
you've been-
guys that you out of that crew? Because we talked about this the other night,
Mhm.
right? So Rob came up and had a really nice kind of crew of guys
Mhm.
that came up through the ranks together. And of that crew, while you guys may not hang out day to day like you did when you were training or younger, you still keep in touch, right? Like, you
Yeah.
guys still connect.
I mean, out of that whole crew, I can probably name the kids that left, because the rest of us all went and got our black belts
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
all finished up.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you end up. I mean, you enter. I could tell you the people I came up the ranks with. I could tell you, but like at the end of the day, it boils down to like you guys, the people that I see like day in day out, train with day in day out. Like Kelsey and I will talk about that. Like I have a lot of good friends. I'm friends with a lot of people I went to high school with. Still, I'm blessed that way. But for the most part, the ones I'm close with are like Scott, who's a fellow martial artist. And then you guys. I mean, I spend more time with you guys than I spend with
Mm-hmm.
pretty much anybody
We will
else.
continue to
Yep.
apologize to you for that. Yep.
Yes, we will.
I mean,
Every
Steve
time.
practically lives at my house.
Dinner looked real good the other night, by the way.
Mhm.
Well, it's funny because
man, he
one
made
of
a
our-
stir fry.
I
Rob.
know.
Oh, you
One of our-
you
we were with you.
Yeah, but I didn't
One
know
of
you
my,
saw the picture with me.
one of my
You seen the
family,
picture
one
of
of
it.
the
Nick is
kickboxing
talking about
families.
the dinner.
Oh,
that
you
Dave
saw
made
when he was
one
actively
night.
cooking at me.
So
Yes.
one of the families that does the kickbox class, the fitness kickboxing class,
Mm.
they live down the street that way, and they bounce between like a husband and wife. They'll do they'll split their time. So one will go to Tom's River for kickboxing while the other stays with the kids, and then one will come to Brick for kickboxing while the other stay so that way they can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Justin, the guy that lives down the street, he's always like, so since I Steve at your house again. because he goes past. He has to drive past my house to get to like.
You
where it
have the
works.
key, right? I mean, I'm not even joking.
No, I don't.
You gave me my key back.
No, I still have
Oh,
your
good.
key.
Okay, that's
It's in my pocket right now.
There you go. So the plan is to give it back. Got it.
In case of emergency.
Yeah. If we're flashing back real quick, I could always say this. The one cool thing about going through the ranks, especially at that school when it first started, was getting all the guest instructors because Master Dave, we had you with hair back then.
Yep.
We had
I did.
we had Sensei Nick, and then I still remember the
Who
first
also had hair.
A little bit.
a little bit. But I even remember the first time that we met, Steve. We
I
met
remember too.
our old tournaments
Well,
back
you
in the
came
day.
because you came up a brick student.
I did.
You came up under my tutelage.
complete brick school
You
education
came up under my tutelage,
between you and the Vinatelli,
and then
also known as V Rockets. On
Yeah,
this
I don't think I
podcast.
did a lot of classes with Corzentino actually.
You did a couple. I do remember.
Yeah, but you-
'Cause I did
I
always,
remember
like
there
Saturdays was my.
yeah.
my
you were
loyalty
strictly
day.
a Saturday guy. You're
I
coming
was
in
there
more
a couple times
now.
on Saturdays, yeah.
You're coming in more now these days.
Well, now because now I work from home primarily coming out of COVID, and I travel every once in a while. So it's nice to be able to come in on a Thursday or a Friday, and I'm trying to commit to sparring each week. I'm having a good time with it as the crew gets bigger and bigger. And it's fun.
in height and size.
For
You
me,
guys
as
are
soon as
big
they
guys,
hit 18,
man.
as soon as they hit 12,
Jeez.
I'm already in trouble
Yeah.
height-wise.
But yeah, so then you trained for a while, and then you started teaching. But you started teaching. You taught more at the brick school with me
I did.
because
So
we started to get
It's
short
funny. They
staffed.
say Tom's River had the plethora of instructors, and the brick school was getting short staffed.
Yeah,
So then they moved you over to the brick school,
indeed.
and then it flip flopped.
And then
And it's so funny because he's a Tom's River baby, you're a brick baby, and you swap
Yep.
for teaching.
Yep. Well, we used to have
It is what it
Wednesdays
is.
together. Those
yeah,
were our
'cause that's
days.
Back when I was the hybrid. Yeah, back when I was the hybrid instructor.
I've only taught with you like one time.
Yeah.
That's it. I still have to
Actually,
find a way
I
down
think
there.
that one time that I did teach with you was the time the Tom's River School lost power, and me and Master Andrew were like, well, we might as well go over to the brick school because
so then
Dave and Vinatelli aren't there, so we might as well lend a hand.
so then you
That's
you-
the only time I think I really taught with you.
So you taught for a while, and then you went off and worked at different companies and did other things
did
in
a
the
lot.
tool industry.
I did a lot of different things. I mean, I worked in the restaurant business for a little bit. I work for my father's electrical company.
Right.
Um,
You have an undying love of photography.
I love photography. Any form of art. I mean, photography holds such a special place in my heart.
We have to do a Kickin and
Where'd that
Crocs.
come from?
Oh.
No, we are going to need a
We have to do a photo
at some
shoot
point,
for
yes.
Kickin and Crocs.
But-
course.
but
So-
go ahead.
No. Go to
I was going to
the-
ask like where the photography came from because that to me, all of a sudden you had a photography Instagram page like out of nowhere, and that's what it looked like to me. So I was like, where did this come from? When did this start?
Well, you were already like embedded in Tom's River at that point. so
Yeah,
you
I
were-
know. So I wasn't around for any of like the after classes over discussions or anything like that. So is that something that built up over time, or?
Funny enough, I fell in love with it later on, but I always loved having a camera. There is a video on YouTube that I will say, I'm not giving a name. It is a old stop motion Lego video of mine that I made way back in the day that my cousin uploaded to YouTube.
Ooh.
That very few friends of mine actually know about and still exists. I don't even know if I could still find it. I think
We're
one
gonna
of them.
find it and we're gonna
We're
link
gonna
it
post-
below.
posting it.
But I always loved being behind a camera. I always loved shooting, whether it be pictures, whether it be videos. And later on, probably like towards like the middle of high school, I started really delving deeper into it. And later on, I ended up buying the camera that I fell in love with, and I've taken on many shoots. And now I'm back on the film cameras, old VHS tapes that I'm shooting.
What did you just put in the house?
I did just started putting together a darkroom.
Ah,
so,
yes,
so I can
yes.
start developing my old film at the
My
house.
dad was super into photography. Like he did photography class with his kid. Always took like he's still into cameras, and he had a dark room when it was just my sister. And then once I was born, I think he had to lose his dark room.
Way to ruin it for him.
It's all
Is
your
that how it
fault.
always goes?
My brother-in-law ended up putting a dark room in the garage. They made like a sub room into the garage for that. It's a neat concept. A lot of kids nowadays are not going to know what a dark room is, but
Yeah.
cameras used to have film in them and not just all digital. And you'd go.
There
you'd
was
ha-
a day.
I like
You'd
how we
have
have Nick
to-
explaining this.
Yeah, you have to have the older. You have to have the older, wiser guy. More wise, less old. You'd have to go into a room that was completely dark when you'd open this film to not ruin it, because overexposure to light would then blank out the picture.
Right. Nick grew up when they thought photos were gonna steal your soul. So
They don't.
Well, what's crazy now is you don't need that giant room anymore.
What do you have now?
They make almost, think like a garbage bag, but it's completely sealed off with light, and you actually just stick your arms in there, and you could just pull the film out, roll it all up, and it's a little canister. You put your chemicals in, and you could just develop literally right in there, no issue, and then you just pull it out, hang it up to dry. And
I don't know why it makes me think of those sauna blankets too. Like you don't need a full sauna, you just put this blanket on.
Oh, yeah,
kind
you
of.
know?
The stuff that the
That's
UFC, the UFC fighters use.
But that's
Some
cool,
of 'em.
Rob. Rob actually did some photos of the kids. You remember that in the backyard?
Those
Those came out well.
That was a
really
college
cool.
course of mine. I still remember. I still got an A on that assignment.
Where's my kids are in the pictures.
I mean, I
Yes.
was such a perfectionist.
Maniachi was in your pictures. Instant fail.
Instant A.
Well, that's like me. I'm
No
always
contest.
a perfectionist when it comes to that stuff. Like if I don't like it, I won't post it until I actually fine tune it and get it to where I actually
And
like
we can't find the Lego
You were also
video.
responsible for some of the great Nick memes.
it. Yes.
You and
Those
Ian
will not
and
be shared.
Steve.
Those will all be shared.
The nice thing
Because
None.
I have another picture that we can use to make more Nick memes.
we also
They
had
are hilarious.
Well,
but
Nick and
no.
I also had the pre-Declan photos.
Oh
too.
yes. We had Dave's. I guess premonition of what Dave's child was going to look like.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Well, comment
Look
down
just
below.
like
Comment down below if you want to see the Nick memes that we have made with a very special picture of Nick.
So when did you crack and get your first pair of Crocs?
So funny enough, I didn't even buy them for me. My
Was
mother.
it me?
No.
I was going to say.
I mean, I bought a lot of people Crocs.
So.
It was me.
You guys
Oh,
probably were like, it was a few months ago. You guys were really big into, well, of course, Kickin and Crocs and everything else like that. And I was talking to my mother about it at home. And one day I just walk home and my mother goes, "Hey, I got you a pair of Crocs.
Boom.
I hope you like them." And ever since I haven't been able to take them off. I mean, they've taken a good beating.
They're comfy, right?
They're comfy.
They're comfy.
Have you thrown a kick in them yet?
I've
Yeah,
been waiting for
He
that.
is not.
we need to do that tonight.
we
so we
still
can do
need
the
a
little
picture of him throwing a kick in it.
promotional picture / video of this podcast.
Um,
What
episode.
kind of Crocs are those?
Yeah,
They
what
look
are
like
these
traditional
here?
Crocs, but they have like waves in
Lift
them.
them up.
So,
show 'em off.
so I mean,
No,
that would
his-
be a
the-
Master
the-
Dave question.
I guess so. Yeah.
Are you talking about his
The
Croc?
style. The style.
That's a Baya.
Why? Is that
B-A-Y-A.
Is that because of the waves in it?
What's that?
Is that because of the waves in it? Even though
I
it looks
have a
traditional?
pair. I have a pair of
And the
Crocs.
thicker
The
bottoms?
waves, the waves in this, those are called Baya, and the way it says Crocs on the side. So like my fleece lined or fleece lined Bayas. Does it ever bother you how much I like can rattle this
It
stuff
makes.
off?
I don't know, man.
My wife can't stand
We'll
it.
put it this way. We'll put it this way, right? When we do actually apply to become an affiliate for Crocs, this is our biggest case right here.
Yeah.
Is the fact that
We
have
can't
him.
not sell them at this point.
Listen, let me
We
just
have him.
let me just tell you this too. Kelsey is officially the last holdout in my family, immediate family that is, because my sister this weekend, this past
No way.
purchased a pair of Crocs. She ran her first 5K in a
Good
long
job,
time.
Corinne.
Needed something comfortable. Purchased her first pair of Crocs, and then she also
Wow.
bought some gibbets. And I was like, "You bought gibbets?" She's like, "Well, if I gotta go the whole way in."
I'm
like-
She does commit. That's true.
I'm like, "That's it. That's Kelsey's the last
Now
Mohican."
you need to say, well, so are you going to still be mad at me if I keep buying your son's, these
no,
Crocs?
Kelsey's got. She's good. She's gonna
Well, no,
cave.
I mean,
Even Nicole
Corinne.
has them.
I know. She's the last standout. She's got. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Well, so are you going to just empty her closet of all her other shoes and only leave one pair of Crocs there?
I'm gonna find a pair of
I'm
Crocs that
telling
she
you, man.
likes.
I'm telling you, the sneakers. I'm talking to Kelsey right now. I'm telling you,
You want
the
just
sneakers.
one pair of shoes left,
Just
right?
The sneakers, Kelsey. They're just sneakers.
She just no. It's more like a stubbornness now.
I
Because there's definitely
know.
brands that she would like. Like
Kelsey is not.
Styles.
Just the
Kelsey is not
sneakers.
stubborn.
You
So I'm-
don't need to wear all the crazy things that he's got. Just sneakers.
So I went to the PT, right? I'm getting
Okay,
a
she
PT on
said
my
no.
shoulder,
Oh,
and
okay.
everybody was like, I was wearing my Echo reflectives that I have on right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like the PT was waiting, so I had to finish his ice in my shoulder or heat, about to start the first exercise, and I gotta ask, what kind of shoes are those? And like two other ladies that were there doing PT, they're like, yeah, we were wondering too. They look so comfortable. And I'm like, they're Crocs. And they're like, what? I said, no, they're Crocs. It's called an Echo, but it's a Croc. I'm like, oh my god, really? And then he told the
A nominal
PT,
fee of $100. I'll get them for you.
the PT told the woman working there, because I guess she wears sandals all the time. Was like, you need something like that. Because it's closed toe for the most part, and I'm like,
But it's wide toe box though, so it's nice and comfortable. It's not squeezing your feet.
these are probably more comfortable than like a regular Croc too. The Echoes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I haven't worn the Echoes yet. They made it. But they made those in slides. You said?
Yeah, Caravella has them.
Yeah.
Master Dave, who made our logo,
That's right.
he has these in slides. They make them.
But are the bottom like the light rides with like, because the light ride bottoms are like cushy. They're
see,
like actual
these,
gel.
You and I, we have the light rides on. Yeah, they're more like sneaker-y on the bottom.
These
It's almost like a gel. On the bottom.
yeah, yeah.
Put
No,
that
on,
on your
on
foot.
these.
Put that on your foot. We're almost the same size.
I'll just.
No,
grab
you
onto
get to experience the cushion of the because you see how the bottom is all like.
Yeah, the bottom is is like it has a bunch.
But
of
is it a
rings,
light ride?
But no, it doesn't feel light ride.
I'm telling you, man, those are comfortable. I have light
Doesn't feel
rides
light
too,
ride.
but
It doesn't feel light ride the same.
yeah,
Um,
they're comfy though. I
They look
recommend
cool.
it.
the same material. It feels a little bit different.
They
But
look
you know, it's
more
still feels
sturdy.
Pretty cool.
So one of the other activities we do with Rob all the time
Oh,
is watch fights.
yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Let's watch
And
fights.
I mean, we got some good ones coming up.
Rob comes over pretty much every fight now
Mm-hmm.
you've been at, and every fight starts off with Rob trying not to make a bet.
Yeah, I mean, the last one was really good for me.
Is that the only thing you bet on though? Is fights, or you're into soccer too, right?
I love soccer. I funny enough, I used to growing up, never liked it. Never liked it. But as I've
You
gotten
like to
older,
play it or watch it?
more watch. I'll play it occasionally with because I one side of my family is very big into soccer.
Mm.
My one cousin. So I'm actually going to Chicago coming up in a few weeks. I'm actually going out there to go help my cousin with a giant soccer tournament there.
Oh.
So yeah, I think there's going to be over 100 teams.
What, you like reffing or like?
Providing water to the kids.
I'm going to be taking photos and also helping set up and I guess partially run the tournament. So I have no idea fully what I'm going to be doing. Hey, I'm just kind of.
He's like, I need an
For
intelligent.
the trip.
Exactly.
He's like, I need a reliable, intelligent pair of hands, please. And
That's
Rob's like, I'll be
exactly
there.
it.
But you got your hands in so many things.
I do.
You're doing that, and aren't you like doing photographs for a band or something?
I am doing photographs for a band. One of my good friends growing up. He's always been he was born in the wrong era. Is the easiest way to say it. He looks straight out of the 70s.
Oh, he played Mario Kart with us.
Yes.
Oh, okay, it's his band.
His band.
Ah, remember Mario Kart, Nick? You used to play that with us.
Nope.
Just saying.
He's a very interesting soul. But he has a voice, and the best way to describe it, and this is gonna for the young viewers, they won't really get it, but maybe the parents will. A voice from like the Bee Gees to like screamo metal he can do.
The Bee Gees. You don't know who the Bee Gees are.
Nope.
You don't know
Oh
who the
my
Bee Gees are?
God. Every time with you.
Hey man, you keep pointing it out.
Comment on your favorite BG song. Steve will have to listen to it.
Ooh.
But he
Dirty.
Yeah.
She's the only person that comments. Besides, actually, no,
Ian.
that's a lie.
Ian, just throw shots at Ian.
No, actually, yeah, Ian and Will Maronka and Mr. Bots.
There you go.
Also,
Yeah, see?
All right,
Come
you
on,
four.
man.
You four comment.
all of you four commenters.
Favorite Bee Gees
Our
songs.
4 commenters.
Unless there's someone else that wants to throw their hat in the ring as well.
I may just throw a comment in myself.
There you go.
Do
You
it,
can
please.
do that.
Please, it helps the engagement and the algorithm.
Yeah.
Do it.
But
Comment.
So you're photographing him.
Photographing,
Well, his band.
video. Yep.
Oh, you're doing the videos too.
Doing some videos as well. We just did a big photo shoot for him and his band. And what was really cool is they're trying to get signed with Sony Entertainment.
Wow.
So
That's big.
yeah.
That's big.
So we just did a full stage photo shoot, and we did it like almost 70s themed to where it looked like almost like an old classic rock band, because that's kind of what they are in the modern day.
And Rob's taking this seriously. He's doing a lot of research to make sure that he's getting the full experience for these guys. It's great.
It's got to look almost like it was shot in that era for me to
Yeah.
even
Cool.
go through it.
You gotta
Like
commit if you're gonna do it.
exactly. Like we spent, I think I took over 100. No, it was more than 100 photos. 100 photos that I actually liked. But we were going over probably 300 photos by the end of an hour session. My buddy, the lead singer, ended up coming back to my house afterwards, and we pulled up all the photos, went through all of them, and we spent 3 days straight back to back to back, just editing one photo to where even if we printed it, we went to Walgreens a few times, got them printed. And until we liked it, I think we went like 4 separate printing sessions, took it out, printed it, and that's what got sent
How
to
much
Sony.
dry ice and hairspray did you go through?
Funny enough, his hair's all natural, and
Wow,
he didn't
okay.
need it, which was
Okay.
crazy.
Nice.
Me either. I've never had.
Yes,
to
no,
use
your
a
goatee
hairspray.
holds
It-
just
it
fine.
holds fine.
Yeah.
Ba-
Yes.
back in the
Holds
day
firm.
when I started, I used to have to. I did one Halloween costume where I actually had to have my hair teased.
Did you? Oh, cool.
And, well, that's when my hair was down to my shoulders back
You
in the
used to
day.
have long hair.
I
You're
did.
trying to get there now.
No. No.
No.
We've talked about this.
No.
It's just for Halloween this year.
But no dry ice.
And then it's-
No dry
Dry ice
ice.
effect.
I just had tease, so my hair was completely teased up. I was I'm gonna bring in the
Teased.
some of the. I would probably get a little
Probably get
heat
teased.
for
He's
this.
probably gonna get teased for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Tease him.
Cha.
Ghost Rider's Marvel.
Yeah.
Yes, I was Ghost Rider.
Oh.
Ah.
So instead of
You had
wearing
to,
a
like,
mask,
Set it up as like
It-
flame. Nice.
instead of wearing a mask, I had my hair teased all the way up, and my mom sprayed my whole hair to make it look like
make it look
flames.
like fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
paint like a skull on your like a?
I
skull
had the
face?
skull on my
Skull
face
paint?
and
Nice,
everything.
good.
Is that like?
Good.
Did you base it off of Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Ghost
when
Rider?
that
Johnny
first
Blaze,
movie
good old
came
Johnny
out,
Blaze, man.
that
That's
was
the
like
best Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze.
seeing him on the motorcycle driving through and everything. That was like, oh, that's so cool.
The new one drives
The car.
what kind of car?
A
Yeah,
Mercedes
yeah.
Benz.
No,
no,
it's
no.
a
Is
muscle
it a
car.
Charger?
So
It looks. I think it might be either a
Yeah.
Charger or like it's some. It looks like a Charger or a
well,
Challenger. or
Rob
whatever.
drives a motorcycle too.
You're talking the one
It's
from
not on
Agents of
fire,
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
though.
right?
No, it's not on fire. Hopefully, it will never be on fire.
One
That
hopes.
would be good to
That'd
have
be
it not on
preferable,
fire.
you know.
So going backwards, UFC fights.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. We did bring
Which,
those
by
up.
the
They
way,
completely
Well,
deviated.
before
Which,
the
by
fights.
the way, honestly though, I don't think we're gonna watch this time
Why?
because, and I want to watch them. Here's the problem. It's in Abu Dhabi, which means I think it's a 2:00 card.
Ooh.
In the afternoon, you mean?
Yeah, in the afternoon, I mean.
What day is it?
Saturday.
Well,
And
no,
you're
I
not
got that, but like,
Down, right?
Like
I will be in Chicago.
is it
The-
the Saturday? It's 28th.
21st, I think, isn't it? It's next Saturday, isn't it?
No, I thought it was in 2 weeks.
the end of the month.
I thought it was
Let's
end
find
of
out
the
right
month.
Only there was a device.
In 2 weeks,
Only there's
I
a
definitely
way
can't go
for
in
us
2
to
weeks.
look
Only
it
there was
up,
a
but
device
it's,
for us to find out.
I'm
what's
pretty
up.
sure the card's at like
Next
2
week I
p.m.,
can't go.
which is always
Okay.
the hardest to watch. I
But,
mean, we can watch
like,
it on the.
Let's be honest.
We can watch it
really-
whenever we want.
We're not interested in. You know,
That's when we just turn
the
notifications.
beginning fights. You know, we like to watch them, but I won't be heartbroken if we miss.
Or
the
if we
first
just
couple.
stay off of social media,
That's-
talk to no human being, and just like meet at my house at like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Let's
and
watch the
them.
fights. Turn off all notifications.
but-
Nobody
Well,
texts
you-
us.
you won't
Everybody
be
keep
there.
it.
That's when you're gone, though.
Yeah, I won't be here.
No, I thought it was true during trunk or treat. You're not going
Once,
to be
once again, we're finding out right now.
If it's the 21st,
I think
what card is this? UFC what?
294.
294.
I won't be
Now,
around
bow.
the
Up
21st.
right now.
Speaking of 294,
Oh,
have you guys,
Saturday, October 21st.
Boom.
He's right.
Oh, I can't make it.
When am I wrong? When?
so speaking of that,
It's his birthday.
did you guys see who the
party.
main card is? Who the
That's
main
his
fight
birthday
is?
Party? My
It's a-
invitation must have
it's
gotten
a-
lost in the mail.
I
I'm
definitely
just
no.
checking
It
my
got
phone,
lost
hang
in
on.
my garbage can.
Yeah, no, I didn't get one either.
I bet you did.
What?
Izzy's birthday party.
Is he having a birthday party?
Oh, see?
Oh,
She's having a
wow.
get-together with her friends for bowling.
Wow.
Well.
Wow. And Rob's like your second son.
I know.
He like spends
On
time.
some days with the way
He's-
Luca is, he's my first son. So.
He's over with Luca. He's playing Pokemon.
That is true.
He's
Let's get
teaching
him.
him how to be a man when you're not there.
That's why I backtrack so much. Why am I doing this all over again? No.
Well, anyways,
Um,
what's going on the 21st? What do we have on the 21st?
It's his birthday
No,
party.
besides that, for the karate
Testing.
school. It's
Testing.
testing day. That means there's also a birthday party on that day. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it later on in the day then.
Which annoys me because these are good fights.
These are fantastic.
It started off as
fights.
like an interesting card, but like
This isn't the
Well, before we go into-
Volkanovski Makac.
yes,
Yes, it is.
I thought that wasn't until November.
No. It's that far.
11 days notice.
11
he
days
had to step
notice. Even I knew that, and I don't really pay attention. So.
Can
in.
we just
11
get,
days notice.
Can we just get a close up on Steve's face from right there?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that in the post.
Edit that in post.
Edit and post.
Okay, so no, well, we need to figure
It's
out
a
way to-
great card.
Yeah,
So
it
we
is.
crash Izzy's birthday party because Nick really wants us there.
I mean,
He's
wait a
just
minute.
not going to bowl. It's
Well, hang
fine.
on now. We can figure this out, actually.
It's actually close to you. It's in Ocean Lanes, I believe.
It is.
Oh,
it
it's
is
an ocean.
close.
So when's the podcast being dropped?
I know, right? We
This is
should
being
just do
dropped
it.
tomorrow. No, sorry, not tomorrow. It's gonna be dropped on Sunday.
Yeah, no. So
I forgot that it's Friday.
so Charles Oliveira got hurt. He got cut up in his last round of training sparring.
Yeah.
Had to get his eye stitched up.
Oh, that's right. He was supposed to be the next
And
in line
then
for the title.
so Volk is stepping in on 11 days notice.
That's crazy.
Which is fantastic.
Now, is it a title versus title? No, obviously not.
Well, not title versus title.
No,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
situation as
He's
last time.
going-
Stepping up
Yeah,
to-
for the
He's
weight
stepping
class.
up. Yeah, when you fight
Wait a
somebody
minute.
below your weight class, you don't get their title.
Yeah.
Volk is technically
Is he the
still the
champ
holder,
again?
right?
Volk has been the champ.
For both divisions.
No,
I thought
no.
for sure that
No?
he gave up that title.
No.
He didn't give up that title to go face somebody. I thought they made him vacate to go up and
Um,
face him.
No, because there was only one fight in the
They
other.
move up and
made
face Makachev.
no.
I
They
thought
made
they
an
made him-
interim title. Remember, Yair Rodriguez won the interim
Oh,
title,
yeah.
and then Volk went down, beat
And beat him,
Yair
and
again.
And
yeah.
then was still the champion.
Yep, and it's-
You think they're going to make him vacate it again?
No, he's stepping on 11. No, he's doing them a favor
Okay.
because
all
they
right.
needed somebody that saved the card, and Volk stepped in. But that's not it. Derek Lewis stepped in on short notice, so Derek Lewis is going to be on this fight card.
Lunchboxes.
And then the really
I
interesting
don't think
one.
anybody understands that joke.
No,
Again,
but
on
he's been
short-
on a little bit of a losing streak. Though.
It's
He
like
has
the
been,
short
yeah.
notice. It's like the short notice card. Kamaru Usman stepping in short notice,
Really?
and he's
I didn't know
fighting
that.
Kamzat Chimaev.
No way.
This is a great
Yep.
card.
This is a
He bumped up a division?
fantastic card.
Because that's not in Usman's weight division, is he?
No, it is.
I'm pretty sure.
no,
that's...
no, it is.
No, it
It
is.
is?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Oh.
But
Oh wow.
so
oh,
there's
yeah,
like
wait,
three.
That's welter.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Wonder Boys
okay,
Division
okay,
2.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. yeah,
It's
that-
like
right, right, right.
three. It's like
Welterweight.
three short notice. Like
Back
That's
to back to
exciting.
back. It's nuts.
Oh, man.
That's exciting stuff.
Well, I don't know
like
how
it.
that's okay.
Because now you're really putting the camp to a test too, right? Because if
Yes,
you
do you
did a
get ready
3-month,
properly?
if you were in a 3-month
Yeah.
camp and you lose to an 11-day or 10-day notice,
well, you got because Makachev was like he tweeted or asked. What is it? What is it now? Does this still say tweet?
I
We'll
still
just
say,
say
I
tweeted.
still say
they all
tweet.
still say tweeted. Yeah.
All right, so he put out. He's like, I respect you for stepping up. Don't use this as an excuse. So he's saying don't use 11 days as an excuse. But we all know if Volk beats him, it's gonna be I was getting ready for Oliveira, and Volk's a different fighter.
Oh, you're gonna hear it
so
all.
you know,
You're gonna hear it all.
Yeah,
You're
whatever.
gonna-
But he's already versed Volk.
Yep.
And
I really hope that it's not going to be like another
Decision.
Wonder Boy Woodley situation where they both prepared for like they have each other scouted so well now that the second fight turns out to be nowhere near as good as the first. That's what happened when
I'm just
Wonder Boy
hoping
faced Tyron Woodley. When Wonder Boy
But I-
faced Tyron Woodley, their first fight, phenomenal, ended in a draw. So now they had to run it back. For the second fight, they both prepared for each other so well. They knew each other inside and out. The second fight was boring because they were not able to get anything going.
I'm hoping Volk gets this. I love Volk. I hope he gets it like done.
But I can see Volk taking his time because he may not have scouted him as efficiently as he would if he had an entire.
So here
camp.
we go. What's
I mean, let's be honest.
what's
after,
the betting man's bet?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You're the guy that places the bets.
I
Where are you
know.
leaning? Where's your heart telling you?
Don't
I mean-
place a bet on this one, man.
He's-
Do it.
Oh, look at the stuttering.
the
He's
la-
going
the
to.
last time it went okay,
with Sean O'Malley.
but this time could be different.
I mean, I want to see what
Every
the
time could be
over-unders
different.
are.
Yeah.
My
Different fighters.
heart's really leaning because I loved watching the last time they fought
Oh, it was
between
great fun.
Makachev and Volk, and it was going either way in my eyes
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Mhm.
I would love to see Volk do it again,
I mean,
especially on 11 days
It ended
notice.
with Volk on top, punching his, raining down blows.
Yeah,
So.
honestly, like if Makachev just didn't have, there was like 2 extra rounds where
I forget.
he
I forget what
won.
organization used to
and
do it, but there was an organization that used to score the last round. The last round carried more weight.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
So I mean, between the four of us, I mean, I'm hopefully leaning towards Volk. I would love to see Volk do it. Where are you guys leaning?
I'm pulling for Volk, but Makachev's coming out of an actual fight camp where Volk is not.
Yeah, although he's coming out of a fight camp that was preparing him for Charles Oliveira, who fights very differently from Volkanovski.
Yeah, but I don't think Makachev's game plan changes much for anybody.
I guess
he's got that
not. I mean-
Dagestani. I'm going to wrestle you and put you on the back and hold you there. And
Triangle your
yeah,
body,
but
your
you
legs.
gotta remember
Yeah.
that Charles Oliveira fights very well from his back. Obviously, he got caught by surprise last time, but
Right.
you have to have known that he was getting ready for it.
but
So
I don't
I
think they
maybe.
care if you're
Well,
good at jujitsu.
Well, no, I
I don't
get that.
think any of like.
Because that's their move
Like,
is to
well,
get you
I
on the
would
ground,
say-
triangle
So,
your legs.
so
They
Makhachev's
definitely-
coach is Khabib Nurmagomedov,
Correct.
and Khabib.
Fantastic.
Oh, you're
fighter.
good at jujitsu.
Pound for pound.
I'm still
greatest
gonna wrestle you. Oh, you're good on the ground. I'm still gonna wrestle you. Like,
Well, I
Exactly.
think they have tactics for it. You know, they have
oh, I
tactics
know,
when they're
but
facing a
their
jiu-jitsu guy.
opinion is it doesn't matter how good your jujitsu is. You can't
I'm ready
out-wrestle
for
me.
you. No, I'm
You
ready
can't
for you.
out-wrestle me.
I have a plan.
Well, and there's
So, but I mean, obviously, I think he might just go back and have the same game plan that he did last time when it came to Volkanovski. But everybody saw that Volkanovski actually surprised him with his wrestling,
Yep.
and then he surprised
his own.
Volkanovski with his striking.
It was a great fight.
so
It was,
really good.
fantastic.
I'm curious to see how it goes. What about Usman and Chimaev?
I don't know.
I want to see Usman on top.
I do too.
I want to see Usman win, but I feel like Usman's been on the slide.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been on the slide since he got
I
knocked out
know.
by Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
And then
Who knows?
what's
He might have more of a fire. in him.
Chimaev, he had that fight with Gilbert Burns.
I'm just hoping Usman
Yes.
doesn't become
He
the
had that
next.
fight with Gilbert Burns, and
That went
Gilbert
the full way, and
and
Gilbert Burns gave
put
it
it
to him.
him.
And Usman beat Burns.
Right, but
Very
that
very
was
handily.
before Usman went down on the slide.
I'm just hoping
That's true.
Usman doesn't become the next Woodley, right? Where he's going to
yeah, where
like,
it just
once you
he
lost,
wasn't
now
the
you're
top.
just
the nose
and
dive.
And
Wood-
Woodley was phenomenal too,
well,
but once
Woodley looked unbeatable
Invincible, yeah.
for a bit, and then
that
Nah.
that first
And then
loss, and it just like
what about
What else is on that besides those two? Anything else? That's
I
like
don't
interesting.
remember.
I guess not.
That's
Well, like I was saying before.
I mean, we have technology.
We do. I could look it up.
You
but I
could
just
look
looked
that
up
card
those
up,
two
yeah.
things. Nah.
what do you think of UFC not renewing their contract with USADA?
I mean, I think we should fill the guests in on that one a little bit.
Yeah. First of all, what is USADA for those? That
That's what is it exactly? United States Anti-Doping Agency.
so basically, they look out for people that are using performance-enhancing drugs.
Right. So UFC signed a contract with them years back, so they handle all the drug testing and administration. They're the largest drug testing organization. in
But do
the
they
United
handle the
States.
full medical or just
No.
blood
Drug
work?
testing.
Just what? Okay.
But they're responsible for issuing out like you signed the organization signed with USADA, so they're under USADA's guidelines. So if you're caught, you follow USADA's guidelines of suspensions and things.
I mean,
like
a lot
that.
of folks don't know how much is involved. Like my eye doctor used to do work for UFC fighters, and he says they even their eye exams have to pass a certain level for them to be allowed to compete, relative to where they were before. It doesn't have to be perfect vision, but it couldn't have been like a heavy deterioration from when they started.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
a lot
It's
of
pretty
professional
interesting.
sports.
Although people like Michael Bisping got away with it by lying on eye tests and
Yeah, and not having an eye.
wearing like a phony.
But I feel like a lot of professional sports, you need that in there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to sign with another organization for testing or what they're going to do, but like all the
Or
running internet
in-house it.
jokes were like, Conor McGregor re-entered USADA pool, and 2 days later, the UFC decides they're not going to re-up their contract.
Well, that was the joke I said to you. I
I
said
saw
there's going to be
that.
a bunch of Conor McGregors now. Everyone's going to
there's a
come in
meme. There's a
at
meme
the
of a
thickest
giant.
ever.
There's a meme of like Conor McGregor's head on like a giant body. Like,
Well, who was the guy that he had that very light exhibition with the huge guy from Game of Thrones?
Oh,
The
the
mountain.
mountain.
The mountain, yeah.
How
It's
yours.
now, they're just going to take the mountain and put Connor's head on it. Done.
I wonder why they didn't re-up their contract. So I know people are getting upset because they do test. I mean, it could be like the morning of your fight, and they'll wake you up at 4 a.m. because they do random drug testing. They don't give you a window; they just show up. So people are getting upset that they constantly showed up at weird times.
And at the last couple of fights, Dana's been complaining about it, like in the post fights.
yeah,
you listen to it.
I just think it's people were cheating with USADA,
Even with USADA,
and they were
they're still
getting
getting it
caught.
passed.
They
Yeah.
were getting caught, some of them, but like I feel like you get USADA out of there, you're gonna get a lot of people using performance enhancers again.
But I'm going to
Yeah.
say what we used to say, right? Level the playing field. If a couple are going to sneak in, you let them all kind of do it and
Yeah, but
level it out.
I don't
The game is not about that. I get it. But at the same time, if you're going to have folks at par to compete, then let them be at par.
I guess, but not everybody wants to jeopardize their health by using.
I hear you. I hear you. I get it.
But you're going
what-
to automatically be at a disadvantage.
I mean, it's the risk of any sport, right? People don't want to train that much. Well, then you're not going to be at the level of the top guys there in any activity.
Yeah, no, but
No,
it's
but I
like,
understand the medicine is
like-
different than
but
training.
like,
I
yeah.
understand that.
So if I don't want to take so like if you do TRT, like testosterone replacement therapy,
Yep.
right? You once you start doing that, your body no longer produces the testosterone at the levels. Your
Without
body
it,
loses its
yeah.
ability to do that.
It relies
So
on it.
now you're beat for the rest of your life. You have to be
You have to be on it.
now.
So it's really only useful if it's like a medical condition where you
And people do it after the age of 50.
right, 'cause
you go get blood
some
work.
people need to do
Yep.
it.
You get a lot of people.
Some,
well, you
some
get your
people's bodies just don't produce it as it is.
and
So
I
they
don't
need-
think
you get your
UFC
blood work done and you know where you're at, and then your doctor will give you a little bit if you need it.
I don't think UFC is going to do that big of a swing. I don't think
Yeah,
as
but
a
it
company.
used to be before USADA. Man, oh man.
But
it was
but
game
when
on.
did USADA?
Well, I
USADA
mean,
started
look
with
at,
with UFC under Dana White, or USADA started?
No,
when?
so USADA started like 10 years ago, if that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, look at like Bass Ruin when he was in the quote unquote UFC way back when.
Dude, some of the guys that fought. Look at
Well, like,
So they have there's you can see all these fighters like before USADA and after USADA came in. Vitor Belfort. So you see Vitor before USADA and you see him after USADA, and you're like, he looks like a different human being.
mhm.
Who's the big guy? I can never remember his name. Fought Brock Lesnar.
Alistair Overeem.
Alistair Overeem. He looks like he looks like half the
Yeah.
size. Pre-USADA, post-USADA.
but now he left. He fought somewhere else, and he's big again. I think.
Yeah, because
Wasn't
it's
it a-
some other organization is
Yeah.
like, hey, have at it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's an interesting move because it sends a message. I think it sends a weird kind of like message to fans, and it's funny. I like the internet because it's like, oh, Conor McGregor's coming back. Because this whole time they were just this whole time they're waiting to interject him back into USADA testing pool. That's what's been delaying it because he's been obviously taking stuff.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
He's never going to be able to down it and like completely, muscle down in enough time.
Yeah,
he'd have to be
no.
off for like 6 months.
Well, I mean, he's been taking stuff obviously because he fractured his whole
Yeah.
leg.
No, but regardless, he's not taking stuff just to recover his leg. He's
No,
gained
no.
50 pounds
Yeah.
of size to him.
He's gigantic.
Yeah.
I want to see what's going to happen within the next few days, whether they do sign with another company for that.
Yeah, I
and
don't even know. Are there other companies? I don't know.
I don't
much
know.
about it. I mean,
That's
I'm sure other organizations. I don't know. I know.
Or do
I
they
know-
just internalize it, make it their own
Maybe.
company?
I mean, the UFC
Oh,
could be
it's
doing
possible.
that where
Yeah.
they're making their own policy with it and everything
Well,
like
it's
that.
interesting because they just merged with the WWE.
Correct.
Under the same.
Under
And
the same
and the
parent company.
WWE has that stuff in place, so maybe they share
Do
a company.
Do they?
Oh yeah, those guys look completely legit.
Bobby Lashley.
Do they? What is it? It's TKO.
Even LA Knight.
So that was TKO is the parent company.
Is that what
No,
it's
it's
called?
not
Yeah.
TKO.
No.
It's
Yes,
not
it is.
TKO? I thought it
So-
was.
Yes, it is
TKO.
TKO, like tactical knockout.
Okay, I thought it was a different name.
No,
I thought it was too.
I am
It
100%
might be.
positive.
They might. Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, no,
something
no, I'm
different
not-
now, yeah.
I am. Google it right now. You got the phone.
I mean, you also just looked up the fights too, didn't you?
I did.
Google it.
There's nobody
He's
else.
got it. He's doing
There's
it.
nobody else.
TKO.
There's nobody else that's fighting that we know except for Johnny Walker.
Ooh, Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker's the third fight on the card, I
I
believe.
like Johnny Walker. Blew out his shoulder doing the worm.
He did. Which was so
After a win.
he was celebrating the fight.
He celebrated the fight, blew out
blood
his shoulder.
No
so bad.
injuries, but that.
Blew out his shoulder so bad he had to have surgery.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never dance again.
Watch the celebration.
TKO Group Holdings.
There you go.
He forgot the group holdings.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
Excuse me.
said it was TKO, and you knew it exactly. You were
Excuse
incorrect.
me.
I'm just kidding.
It's
He
That's
knew
TKO
the whole
Group
name. He
Holdings.
just didn't want to share.
Yeah, he wanted to hold a little
No,
bit back.
but they had like
That's
they have
cool,
a
it's cool.
TKO like shirt like
And they had a
Taylor
belt,
wearing,
like they had a combined belt. There's just like as part of the presentation.
WWE is also still in talks with Disney.
Be a great Disney movie.
It wouldn't surprise me though
Starring
because
Hulk
Disney was really mad at the UFC the last card.
Okay,
So-
here's why we thought it was a different name. The original name was Endeavor.
That's what they were launching with. Yes.
Yep, was Endeavor. And then when UFC and WWE were both brought under the same banner, they were together. They form TKO Group
okay.
Holdings.
So I'm going to go on
Thank
a little
you.
bit of a side talk real quick. So did you speak?
Which is what we do all day. So go for it.
Exactly.
What,
So
Yeah.
talking about Disney Did you
Yeah.
guys see what they did with the NFL? Like, I think it was a week or two ago.
Disney did something with the NFL.
You didn't see this?
Oh, the Toy Story
the
thing?
Toy Story
Was that
game.
a week ago? Or I thought that was coming up this
Oh,
week.
No,
oh,
it
I
already-
did see that. I watched that game.
It was the Jaguars and I think the Falcons, right?
I forget.
Are they doing it
I had
again,
it on in the
too?
background.
I don't know if they're doing it again.
Because I thought I saw a commercial for it
What
again.
was it?
So
They
I
played the
missed it.
game. Yeah.
They did a live animation of the game to bring a younger audience into the NFL.
So as the game was being played, they
It
played
was-
a simultaneous one with animation over it?
Correct, but it was
And
only
Toy
on
Story.
Disney Plus, and it was all based in the world of Toy Story.
Yep.
Oh,
So they played the actual
wow.
game.
But they somehow
I
added these
obviously-
characters over it.
Yeah.
Like
It-
motion
I didn't
cap. Like
actually-
mocap.
It was
I
motion
watched-
capture.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what?
I watched
don't
the
care
game. I
what's-
didn't watch the animated thing.
So,
I, didn't go on Disney.
I
just watched
flipped
the
between the
football game.
two because the one was on Disney Plus, and then the other one was, of course, on ESPN. But flipping between the two, I thought it was a great idea to bring a younger audience into liking football and like
If
other
it
sports like that.
Works, sure. I thought it was kind of strange.
Well, it's different. I mean, they're trying different
What
things.
characters did they do for UFC?
Exactly.
They did the UFC, but that would be interesting.
Good.
That's
Well,
why,
it
that's
was
why-
funny,
That's
so-
why I was bringing it up
so
because it could. What else could they
Disney-
do with this? With
So Disney obviously owns ESPN. So the last fights, there were some not so nice words used in the post fight press conferences.
Which
Yeah.
which they try to hammer down on that.
Disney was mad. Like
Have they ever watched a show? They know it's a bunch of guys fighting, right? And
that's-
girls. And girls.
yeah, they were mad at the UFC.
And Dana does a pretty good job at keeping them under wraps.
for the
But
most part.
you've got
Oh, yeah.
Most
people
of
on their high, you know.
You know
especially if they
those-
just
you know
won.
those fighters got in
slips
trouble,
out some-
though.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
if
yeah.
someone slips out some foul language, you're getting fined. You're getting talked to. Like
It wasn't
there's
even like
problems.
they used derogatory terms, not just
There were some.
there were some derogatory terms
Yep.
that you shouldn't use.
That's not cool. Come on, guys.
And so Disney came down on them because Disney owns like
Everything.
yeah. They-
World?
This couch.
So like ESPN,
Might.
that's why you can bundle. That's why you get the ESPN, Hulu. Disney Plus.
bundle, yeah. 'cause
But that
the-
Toy Story game looked interesting. It looked like a different thing.
Is it on there now, like pre-recorded?
I
If we
think
wanted
you
to
can
go
go back on and watch it. I mean, I've seen
I'd almost
clips
want to
online.
just see.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could find some clips of it online.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just something like really interesting because it's like, think about it.
It's
How
definitely never been done before. Live? It's never been done before. Live.
how long's the NFL been around? And I'm just talking. I mean, if you want to go back to the NFL history of where it wasn't even before the NFL, and it was, I believe, the American Football League, and I
Yeah.
forget what the other one was. And then they merged to
It's,
make the
yeah,
NFL,
AFC and the NFC,
Mhm.
the National Football.
National Football League, when they formed to make.
And that's why you still have.
The NFC
Each
and the
one.
AFC, yeah.
It was just really cool seeing like that they want to bring it to a younger audience. And like I said, I mean, what are they going to do it with next? Baseball, soccer.
They probably
They-
will. Yeah.
They have
They got to do something with baseball to make it more exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
Kelsey,
watch
your
or your
thoughts?
wife watches?
She watches baseball.
Yeah, I can't get through a game.
can't do it.
I can.
can't.
She
I
watches
usually
baseball.
don't, but I can. I can watch baseball.
Yeah, I mean,
usually don't
even live.
Oh,
I
my
can watch
God,
it
it's
a little
boring.
bit better, but
So-
it's tough.
So Scott, so my buddy,
I like it at Blue Claws. Shout out to Blue Claws.
My buddy
oh, yeah,
Anthony was
watching
getting
live.
married.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
My buddy Anthony was getting married, right?
Okay.
So for his bachelor party, they set up Yankees tickets. So we were all going to go to a Yankees
cool.
game, and then after that, we went to like a nice like wine cellar type deal, but it was like for bourbon, and it was nice. It was
Nice.
nice.
That sounds good.
So everybody met at one person's house, and drove up, and Scott's like, my buddy Scott, Scott. He's
we,
like, oh,
we talked about Scotty before.
yeah.
he
he's
could
like,
do a split kick.
He's like,
Yeah.
we don't want
It's a
to.
crescent kick, really.
He's like, I don't want to meet up that early. He's like, why don't you and I go together? And I'm like, yeah, cool, let's go. So everybody went up together and everything, and Scott and I drove up ourselves. And, got in the subway. Now this is where I'm bad with directions to begin with, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
So I call Kelsey because she goes to Yankee Stadium all the time. I'm like, what train am I getting on? And she's like, do this. And we went up to a guy right at the ticket booth, and we're like, what trains? I get on this train right here. So we get on that train right there. Right around the time we hit Coney Island, I was like, Scott, I don't think we're going the right way.
No.
Like, we're heading towards Coney Island.
Completely the wrong way.
And
Yeah.
to my credit, I was like, dude, we're going the wrong direction. He's like, you think? I was like, no, I know. This is Coney Island. That can't be right. So we have to get off and get back on and go the opposite
Yeah,
direction.
exactly.
So we get there by the top of the eighth inning. see the 8th inning, see the 9th inning, and that was it. And both Scott and I are like, hey, that was a pretty good amount of baseball. Like, that's the appropriate
Just the right amount of
that
time.
was golden.
2 innings.
Next
and
time we
good.
could even
We
stop off
weren't
at Coney Island for a couple
mad
minutes.
at all.
Yeah, right.
And then we went to the bar place afterwards, and that was fun. But we were like, yeah, no, that was good. That was the perfect amount of baseball. I couldn't imagine, because those 2 innings, like the 8th and the 9th, was still like an hour of like,
See, I
oh
went
my
to
God, I couldn't imagine being there from the first.
I went to a Yankees game, but a friend of mine got us like great seats, and then we were right next to a booth where we were able to get. We were in a section where you
But
could
they
get
had that
food
too.
brought
Yeah,
to
they
you.
had that too.
So it was nice. We were right behind the catcher. It was a fantastic.
you had
seat.
great seats
Yeah, as
then.
I'm saying, but I've been to it where you don't have great seats, and I'm just like I can't.
Mhm.
Have you been? I know you're super into soccer. Have you been to a soccer game?
So I was
Like
supposed
live?
I have not. I was supposed to go
Oh.
to the
Come on now.
preseason match of Arsenal, which is one of my favorite
I
teams
can
in
tell
the
by the jersey.
in the English Premier League versus Manchester United, which is one of the biggest
Yep.
teams in
You
history
didn't go-
in the sport.
Where?
It was actually at East Rutherford at Giant Stadium.
Really?
It
Exhibition?
was. It was a friendly. Now the crazy thing is, especially over here, they sold out the entire stadium.
I bet.
Which does not
Isn't-
happen with the local
Well,
teams.
isn't
Exactly.
Giant Stadium up right now? We were just talking about this. Giant Stadium is up for something in was it the World Cup or the
Yes, the world.
It's up for it's between that and like Dallas or something.
So
I
the,
could definitely see it being in the Dallas Stadium.
So with the World
Dallas
Cup,
Stadium's
the
training
cool
ground.
thing is you're going to be having so many teams here, and the nice thing is the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Since the three, us three are technically hosting it, they will be having us automatically in it, and they're going to be playing in stadiums between the 3 countries.
So, but I did read Giant
East
Stadium.
Rutherford is one of the stadiums that they will be hosting a game at.
And the U.S. has been
Mm.
legitimately making the World Cup anyway. Actually, Italy
Yes.
didn't make it the last World Cup, which is crazy.
Oh, that's right. You're Italian. You're all into
yeah.
soccer.
Yeah. No, I'm not as caught up as Rob is. My dad is, but I've been to a number of games. I've been to a couple. I've been to.
You got it for as
Italy
much as you
versus
like
Mexico.
it. You got to get to a game.
I've
Yeah.
been wanting
We've gotta
to.
go.
I mean,
You don't even go to like the Red
And
Bulls,
local-
like
and those tickets aren't that bad.
what's the
No.
what's the
No, Red Bulls. You're right.
you
Is
have
it
Red
Red Bull?
Bulls,
Yeah.
you have New York FC.
You haven't gone to like one of those?
I have not. So I wanted to. So if you guys know anything about the sport, I mean, the name Lionel Messi, that is a name to be
Yeah.
brought
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
He is the most decorated soccer player in the world, the most
Messi,
gifted.
Yep.
Ronaldo, name all
Um,
names there.
Ronaldinho. Yeah.
so the crazy thing with Messi coming to the MLS, he went to David Beckham's team, Inter Miami.
David Beckham. I based my mohawk off of his mohawk when I had a mohawk.
I mean,
Good
he
base.
was
Good base. Good base.
he was an icon back then. He still is. So do you guys actually know the history about that real quick?
About what?
About
The
Beckham's
Mohawk?
mohawk?
No, I mean, do you know about Beckham's mohawk? We would like to hear the
No.
history of that.
I saw it in a magazine article. He had a mohawk. I was like, that's cool. I'm going to get one.
So
Good history. Good history.
So giving the short story, Beckham played in the U.S. for 2 years, and he played for the LA Galaxy. Part of his deal with coming over here on loan was he was allowed to get a franchise team for $25 million when he retires. So when he retired, he formed Inter Miami for $25 million. It is now a $500 million team. And what's even crazier is they ended up getting Messi on a free transfer. So technically, they're only paying his wages.
Wow.
Messi,
And-
Italian powerhouse, going into retirement, even here,
Well,
he'll crush it.
so our instructor, Master Paul, was flown out by Team USA soccer team.
Yes, he was.
And he worked with a bunch of guys on the Team USA team. Who was the big one then?
Clint
Clint
Dempsey.
Dempsey. Yeah. So our
Not a
our
big
great
guy,
midfielder.
but
yeah.
phenomenal,
No, our
man, but
instructor our instructor threw Clint Dempsey.
That's what they were there for.
But let me tell you something. And again, this would be a great time to actually talk with him when he gets here. Not to fill it in, but he said it was a blast working with.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Again, you're talking about world class athletes.
Top to
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
And what's
They're
even
excited to be thrown around and to learn this stuff.
what's even crazier is most of that team that he taught, they're all retired now.
Yeah, they're all gone now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it was quite a long time ago.
I say,
too.
well,
It
let's
was.
be honest, yeah, it's in soccer, that's a pretty.
It was
physically
like 10
demanding
years
sport.
ago they
Yeah.
flew
It's
out.
a pretty physically demanding sport, so you're not going to be in that for too long. You're going to be in that for.
It's still pretty
well,
cool. They
I
still
mean,
have pictures on the wall.
You could still look at it like
unless
this.
you're Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's in his 40s. Messi's 38.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's living his life in Miami.
Those guys are in great, soccer
Oh,
players are in some of
Yeah,
the
but,
best
uh,
shape.
best shape.
But
Great
Messi
shape.
wouldn't be playing too much.
Do you watch that Wrexham? Was it
Wrexham.
You watch
Rex.
that Wrexham show? Is that good?
I like the whole
series. Whatever
So-
That I
it is.
haven't seen.
It's Ryan Reynolds and,
and Rob McElhenney.
the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So
They
the
bought a soccer team.
Two of them bought one of the oldest teams in England.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is,
And they do a documentary show series.
so very different
Pretty
from
cool.
very different from how U.S. sports are, such as like the NFL. There's actually tiered leagues, just to
Yeah.
explain this. So Wrexham was actually a unranked team. So in the English Premier League in England, there's League 2, there's League 1, you have the Championship, and then you have the Premier League. They were
Premier higher than
unranked.
championship. Okay, all right.
Well, then there's also the Champions League, which is a completely different topic.
Oh boy.
When Italy,
But-
you have like the
So they went from
ABC
so
division.
Wrexham was unranked.
Wrexham was unranked, and what was crazy was in England they have one of their cups called the FA Cup, where it's every team in England versus each other, even if you're unranked. They went up, I think it was round 32, so they made it almost close to the round of 16 to the quarter and semifinals. Like they were working their way up. They were versing League 2 teams, League 1 teams, Championship
That's
teams.
No one knew who they were.
They had that Ryan
Mhm.
Reynolds rub. That's why, like,
What it
anything he
was.
touches is gold.
Exactly. They were doing phenomenal and they made a name for themselves. And last year, they won the unranked division. And how it works in soccer,
If you win unranked, you bump up.
if you win and you're in like the top 3, you actually move up a league. But if you're the bottom of that league, you actually get relegated to the league.
It feels like a Pokemon type thing,
It does.
right?
It does.
Like,
yeah. It's kind of like cheat upgrades.
It kind of.
But for an unranked team, that automatically places you in a
But
like
so-
mid-level ranking.
so you watch that show?
I did watch the show. It's honestly, it's fantastic seeing what they've done to that town, and they still have the town as a big part of it, which
I
is a
like-
big thing. It's
I
the
like
culture.
watching the Always Sunny guys give him grief because he's like, oh, well, you got your movie celebrity friend now. 'Cause he's
Oh,
all
yeah.
like Ryan Reynolds. He's like, oh well, like Charlie Day gives him,
So you want to know what's
But
so
now you know
funny
he's big
about
time.
that?
yeah,
You actually know it wasn't Ryan Reynolds' idea. It was actually Rob McElhenney's idea.
yeah.
And he ended up calling Ryan because he's like, I need movie star money. So
Yeah.
they teamed up
Well,
together.
he's got that. Ryan Reynolds got the.
He's got the gin.
No, but he also doesn't he have also that phone company too? What,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
something.
Mint.
Mint Mobile.
I mean, he invested in everything proper. He has the aviation gin. He's
Mhm.
got the Mint Mobile. He's got a soccer team.
You want to know who else
He
has
Diversified his assets pretty well there.
He took Deadpool from being dead to actually being like a
A pool.
box
Pool.
office
Of money.
Of money.
So I'm going to throw you guys for a loop. You want to know who else just bought a large share of a soccer team in England?
You did?
That would be awesome.
Rob, congratulations.
Tom Brady.
Oh, please, Tom Brady. He's going to start deflating soccer balls. They don't kick his
Only for the
Honestly,
penalty kicks. Only for the penalty
Unfortunately, in
kicks.
soccer, that would be a detriment to the team. that you're
So Tom
He's
Brady,
going to overinflate them.
he actually became a large shareholder of Cardiff City, which is, I believe, either a League One or a Championship level team. And
He's
they-
starting too high. You do what everybody else did.
Yeah,
Start
he went
low.
very high.
Yeah,
Start
no.
low and work your way
See,
up.
that's the ego. That's that Tom Brady ego. He can't start low. He's like, I got to take a winning team.
Yeah, I gotta get the Yankees.
The,
And, like, act like I
the
did something.
joy is in watching these like underdogs climb
Exactly.
their way up.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll tell
yeah.
you. So when we were younger,
Nobody wants to invest in
we
like.
were fans of Naples because my family's from southern Italy. Now, back
course.
in the 80s, Naples was a Series
In
C
Naples.
team. They were horrendous. And the city matched, by the way. It was difficult. So they've been in level A now for quite some time.
Oh, yeah, they have
and
a
they're
fantastic team.
doing phenomenal. Yeah, they're bringing in a lot of young talent who are doing really, really well. And my sister went to Naples just 2 weeks ago and said the city is feeling the love from the team because it is beautiful now. They're reinvesting money back into the city. I mean, in Europe, a good soccer team is a game changer for the entire city. that
Well,
it
it's
comes
funny how
from.
worldwide it's like the biggest sport, but it just never. It's starting to catch on now in the United States. Like
It's starting
definitely,
to now.
but like
Well, it's not the biggest sport.
forever. It took-
What's that sport in India? It's not. Is it cricket?
Cricket.
No, that's actually bigger. That's actually more popular.
worldwide
Yes.
in the world?
Yep.
Are you sure?
That's
Cricket? You gotta know
Look
what
it
a
up.
company is.
I know cricket's. I know cricket's very popular, but I will say this: even if you watch the Wrexham documentary, I know there's a new season. I haven't caught up on it yet, but just seeing how the town has changed and the history, like between all the shops that opened up because of the soccer team and everything else
It's
like
It
awesome.
that.
just always
the
struck me.
turnaround.
It just always struck me up because like tons of kids play soccer.
Yep.
And they always did when I was a kid too. But it just never caught on as something people watched back
Mhm.
then. Like when I was a kid, like nobody watched soccer. You played it for sure.
Well, we watch it, but again, European household. So
Yeah. But I
Yep.
mean, like general, like most kids played soccer, but they didn't watch soccer.
yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
But I think that's why soccer itself, though, prior to here, took off because it wasn't. a
Oh,
hard
you got
game
the
to
number
get
one
into.
sport. What is it? You can say karate.
According to worldatlas.com,
It's golf.
the most
Baseball.
popular sport in the world, number 4. Well, actually, you know what? You guys want to guess? I got top
Yeah.
4
Okay.
right
So it's got to
here.
be rugby's
So-
on there somewhere.
Rugby's
So-
definitely
Yeah,
on there.
Rugby's
Let
gotta-
me
Do they count Formula One racing as a
let me
sport?
double
Yeah,
check.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So Formula One's got to be
I
in
need
there.
to double check when this article was posted though, because this could have changed by now, honestly. So let me
Formula
try to
One's on
find a date
Netflix
for it.
now, and that's doing really well too.
I heard that
It's crazy popular.
I heard that's really good. I actually
When
don't have a
was this
Netflix account
posted?
anymore right now, so I haven't
I
been able to
cracked
watch.
and I got one.
You did?
I did. I
Oh.
cracked and I got
I
one.
do want to see the Beckham documentary that they just released. I heard it's phenomenal.
There was too many things on Netflix that I wanted to
You were
watch.
family booted, Rob? Not close, but not close enough.
Yeah,
Netflix and their new rules.
Well, their password sharing thing
Yep.
is so annoying.
that was exactly
so I
it.
lived without it for a little bit when my dad's account went under. He canceled. He full on canceled. He's like,
oh,
because
you won't, really?
yeah, because he tried. So a couple of times on vacation, like, it's like, okay, well, you already used it on vacation once. He's like, yeah, I take more than one vacation.
I never got that issue though, and I traveled, a couple times in the last month.
This is what they're doing
They
now,
gave
though.
him an issue, and he called, and they gave
I
him
logged
some
in at, like,
problems, and
6
he was like,
different
all right, I'm
cities.
done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
but it goes by how you have to log into your home network within a certain time frame. So if you were on your home network, if you were only gone for a couple days, it wouldn't have been a problem.
That's
Yes,
why.
4 or 5
That's
days.
why it's Hulu, Peacock, and Crunchyroll for me.
Crunchyroll is my number one subscription.
I don't
like,
have Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Really?
That's the best subscription
Yes.
service, man. If you watch anime. Okay.
So I have
Alright.
the top 10 most popular sports, and this article was
Okay.
actually posted in September
Okay.
of this year.
So
number
we'll
10.
throw you a
number
couple.
10. Number 10 is American football.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna throw some. I don't know where it is in it.
Are we,
but
are we just we'll go like you guys list what you think it is, and then I
Well,
tell you.
Let's guess number 10. Let's guess
Okay.
number. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7,
And you
6,
guys
5,
let
4,
everybody
3.
at home can comment
if
below
it's
what
in
you
the
think as
top
well.
10, but not number 10. Say it's in there, but not number 10. You know what I mean? Like, let us know it's in there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
rugby's got to be in there.
Rugby is in here.
Boom.
Soccer's
Tennis.
got to be in there.
Yes, tennis is in here. Soccer is in here, and cricket is in here.
Formula
Okay.
One racing.
Nope.
Really?
MMA, UFC.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
No.
It's growing worldwide, man.
Golf.
Yes.
Boxing.
Baseball.
Yes.
Baseball
Ba-
over boxing.
Hey,
Globally?
yeah, but you got to remember, baseball's huge in Japan, Mexico.
Is it really?
Very.
Baseball's
Yeah.
huge in
Yeah.
Japan.
Wrestling.
No.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh.
I said
Pipe
sport.
dream.
Sport, Nick.
Hey, man. There is a sport version of wrestling, man. All right.
You, we
It's
in
all
the
knew what he meant.
Olympics.
Fencing?
Kicking in Crocs.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm trying to think of all the ones that they
So I
televise.
said rugby. I said polo. Polo's got to be on this. Polo on there?
How many?
Volleyball.
Yes. Yep. Volleyball's on it.
Over.
Is
Over
this
Formula
popular
One?
televised or popular played?
Most popular sports ranked by total fans.
Formula
Oh,
One's
total
not in.
fan.
So we have volleyball, soccer.
snowboarding
Rugby.
or skateboarding?
No.
somewhere in there?
It does give regions as well, by the way.
But try it again. Try it again.
So
Give
we
us a number.
have so far we have soccer, golf,
volleyball,
volleyball,
cricket, tennis,
Baseball,
tennis,
baseball.
football, American football.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, okay, we're good. I don't think it's on here.
Ooh.
We're missing 4.
Oh boy, diving, gymnastics.
Nope.
Swimming. Competitive swimming.
Are you missing 4? I don't think you're missing 4.
All right, read them off. Let's go.
Well,
Let's
give
go.
me-
What do we got? What's
Ready?
number 10?
Well, we,
Do you want to go with number 10 or do you guys
Sure.
want
No,
to
no,
Yeah,
go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
yeah,
5, 4, 3, 2,
we'll
1.
go with
Get-
10.
What's 10? Guess for it.
10's gonna be rugby.
Tennis.
no, volleyball.
Going with volleyball. Okay. The answer is golf with 450 million
Whoa.
fans.
Over
Yeah,
Formula
golf-
One?
golf's
Get
I
out
would have
terrible.
thought golf would be higher, personally.
Golf's
I-
terrible.
Well,
It's fun to
yeah,
play.
No, it's
NASCAR, is
450
NASCAR
million
No, it
fans.
would, if Formula One's not on there, NASCAR's not on there.
No, NASCAR's not on here now.
All
No.
right, number 9.
Yes. Robert.
Number 9.
Is it one of the ones we picked?
Huh?
Is it one of the ones we already guessed that's in
I
the
honestly
list?
don't remember
Synchronized
the ones you
swimming.
were saying. That's not on the
Rhythmic
list.
gymnastics.
That's not on the list.
Is it rugby?
Okay,
Jazzercise.
is it rugby?
He says rugby. I'm gonna say it is baseball.
Okay, Nick.
Jazzercise.
It is rugby.
Whoa.
475
Can you see his phone?
million
No, I
fans.
Don't be
can't.
cheating.
I'm looking at his glasses.
All right.
Hey,
Okay, number 8.
Power walking.
rhythmic gymnastics.
It's not on the list.
Track and field.
He didn't deny power walking.
Cricket's
no.
going to be up higher. Baseball's going to be up higher.
Did we
Both
do
of your
volleyball
answers are
yet?
not on the list,
Volleyball.
by the way.
Volleyball.
We have
I-
not said volleyball yet, so
I
you're
would
going
lean
volleyball.
towards volleyball.
Volleyball,
Tennis.
tennis. Okay. Number 8 is baseball with
Baseball.
500
I
million
thought baseball
fans.
was going to be higher.
No,
I thought
baseball's
500 million.
terrible.
I thought baseball was
500
But
Fire.
overseas?
It's still, it's terrible.
Honestly, yeah.
Number
No,
7.
not my favorite. But
What is that, number 7?
No, but it's up
All right,
there.
number 7.
Uh,
Yes, Robert.
I'm gonna go back to volleyball.
give me tennis.
Can't be
Okay,
that.
you
high.
got tennis. What
Is
do
it
you say?
me? Oh, it's on me?
Yeah, it's on you. Nick just said volleyball.
Water
And he got
polo.
10.
Water polo. Okay. The answer is basketball.
Oh,
I
how
forgot
did we
that
forget
was
about
a sport.
basketball?
Yeah.
Nationally, I feel like
Basketball with
basketball's-
800 million fans, and
basketball
it
they play
has
overseas.
us.
Yeah, they play in Europe
Basketball,
and here, but I didn't think.
Do you,
it really.
you want the regions? It gives us America, Oceania, and the Middle East.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, we're on number 6. Robert, your guess.
What about cycling?
Okay, that's not on the list. Do you want me to? So
Come back to me.
Cricket.
Okay,
running like
Okay.
like track?
I got you.
Give me tennis again.
Okay. I don't know if I want to give it to you. It's table tennis. Is number
Oh,
table
That actually
tennis.
makes sense because
eight-
they're like tournaments
China's
all the
like
time.
with
huge with that, and there's a lot of population.
850 million fans. 850
Dang,
million fans
table
for
tennis.
table
Table
tennis.
tennis.
All right, we got
Tennis.
number 5.
Field tennis.
Volleyball.
Give me darts.
How is volleyball this high?
Is it pool?
Badminton.
darts is a sport.
I guess so.
No, you know it's also a
Curling.
tag.
Curling.
Yeah.
Curling. Curling.
Volleyball.
Curling's definitely not on the list.
Number 5 is volleyball with 900,
How is it
900
Remember how
million
popular
fans.
curling got like after
Oh,
the
I love
Olympics?
Yeah.
volleyball, so I'm fine with it.
Number 5 is volleyball. Okay, we are in the top 5 now. So
All right.
number 5 is volleyball. 4. Robert, your guess.
Cricket.
Okay.
I was gonna say cricket too. yeah.
Okay.
Freeze tag.
Okay. You. Number 4 is tennis with 1 billion
I
fans.
love. I could
Regular
watch and play
tennis.
tennis. Love tennis.
hmm Tennis isn't bad. Every now and then I tune into it, but I mean, the same guy's been winning the men's for years now. So
Andre Agassi.
So we're looking right now at the
Go.
top 3 because we didn't get
top
cricket
3.
yet.
Top 3.
Okay,
We
it's
didn't
got,
get
cricket's got to
soccer.
be 3. Cricket's got to be 3.
3.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay,
I
so
think
Dave says
cricket's gotta
cricket.
be
Nick,
3.
Connect 4
connect 4.
on a timer. It's aggressive.
Got to be
Okay,
cricket.
go ahead.
Jenga.
Jank.
Got to be cricket.
With kicking it in Crocs?
Kicking it in
Jenga
Crocs.
and Crocs.
With nunchucks?
Jenga
Is
and
it-
Crocs.
Is it cricket?
But it's
cricket.
cricket.
It's
Number
cricket.
3 is hockey with
Oh.
2 billion fans.
No, but wait a minute. Ice hockey?
It just says hockey.
What other
Doesn't have to
hockey
be
is
a-
there?
No, there's street
Roller
hockey.
hockey.
There's
Nobody
roller
plays
hockey.
street- yeah,
I
it
roller
doesn't
think
count.
I
It's
think
ice
it
hockey.
gathered all of it under one banner as
Yeah,
hockey.
then that makes
Probably.
sense.
Because it has like Europe and Asia lifted in the regions as well.
And you know the
totally
hockey
ice
season just started too.
Yes, it did. All right, so then number
Now
2.
it's
We're
cricket.
down
So
to
it's got to be cricket and
the top
soccer.
It's cricket and
Oh,
soccer.
Now remember, I told
which
you
is
guys-
which, though? Which
I
is which?
told
you guys
Cricket's
cricket
2,
was number
soccer's
1.
1.
I do
Which is
think
which,
cricket's
though?
number 3,
Which
I
is
though.
said
which?
cricket
I
was
still
number
think
1.
soccer's number 1.
I'm agreeing with Dave.
I think
I'm
soccer's
going
number
with
1.
soccer number 2.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Number 1 sport, ranked by total fans, is Soccer with 3.5 billion fans.
Where was cricket?
Cricket came in at number 2
yeah,
with
yeah.
2.5 billion.
Yeah.
But I knew they were up there. I knew cricket was up
Yep,
there.
cricket and soccer are 1 and 2, but soccer has overtaken cricket
Give
with
it-
3.5
I
give it-
cannot
billion.
believe volleyball is as high as it is.
Yo, I'm
I
saying
was
give it
surprised.
20 years. Give it 20 years. Lacrosse is going to be on that list. People love to play lacrosse. It's going to start
Before
making
flag
its
football?
way-
Obviously,
Well,
this
you know
is,
that's going to
you
be
know,
in the Olympics coming up
Or
in the
flag
U.S.
What is
football.
flag football? or
Flag
lacrosse?
football.
And
Flag?
Flag football
Yeah.
is going to be brought.
There's a
American
couple weird
football
things. You have to
is
look
gonna
at it.
be
There's a
brought
couple
into
weird
the
things.
Olympics.
Flag?
Flag.
did you?
Oh,
if you look
man.
it up, there's a couple weird sports coming into these next Olympics.
But the one thing I'm excited for is all the U.S. representation in the NFL. All the star players are going to be on one team.
But playing flag?
It's going to be flag.
is it going to be like when the U.S. first went into basketball with the Dream Team?
The dream team. But it's essentially what it's going to be.
But you think, but I don't know, flag football, I think it's great for kids to play, but at a certain point, I'm like, I don't want to watch flag football.
So
Yeah.
ready? The new added sports: flag football, squash,
Squash,
cricket,
cricket.
baseball,
Yep.
softball, lacrosse.
I knew lacrosse was
and
gonna
those are the
make that.
ones. Yep, those are the new ones.
But
All
or
right.
like the most recent
well,
ones.
returning because baseball was in
Oh,
it
it said
before.
lacrosse returning. No, baseball is
Baseball's
new.
been in it before.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, cricket, baseball, softball, lacrosse returning.
And Japan's really big in the
Listen,
baseball.
Olympics is one
Flag
thing.
football and
Olympics is
squash
one
are
thing that
first.
Kelsey, we
Yeah,
watch
you gotta watch it.
everything.
Well, now that
the Olympics
karate
is on.
has been introduced into it, I got back into the Olympics the
Karate's
last
out.
time. What?
What is that? It was a one-time deal. It wasn't
Ye-
renewed.
I
You don't
cannot
see
believe
his serious
that.
face.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
it's what I
need more dope
100%.
for this. He's 100% lying to you.
No, I swear to God.
Look it up.
Look, one thing I know is the Olympic. Kelsey and I watch the Olympics. Once it starts, it is on all the time in our house.
Yeah, but I don't trust your face.
Trust my face. Don't trust my face. Look it up. It was one time. It was added by Japan because the host country has the right to add.
That
Well, that's why we're
is
mad. That's why flag football is going to be in.
The host country has
is
rights to
that?
add
I was
sports.
so happy that
Karate is not in it. It didn't garner enough popularity. That's the only time it was in it.
On,
It didn't help that the gold medalist was knocked out. He won. Like
that's the rules of the game.
it
Oh,
doesn't
my God.
matter.
It will not be part of the Paris 2024.
Thank you.
Not watching the Olympics this time around.
Yeah, but Taekwondo is still in it,
Oh, poo.
which I can't stand watching, but it's in there.
Oh, poo.
As it was less appealing to the fans.
I'd rather watch.
Told you.
Younger fans.
Why does this shit? You gotta believe me
Rather
when it
watch
comes
you-
to this stuff.
I didn't I believed you. It was Nick that didn't.
No, I didn't believe you because you were making like a
We
face.
watched
I thought you were
because
trying to mess with him.
he
I know.
made this face of like.
You
Yes.
gotta understand. You gotta understand.
I was
Dave
so
will
devastated,
really
man.
No,
razz Steve sometimes.
No,
So-
but I mean,
I thought I was
can-
getting pulled into a
I
razz.
can, no, but I can like straight face. Like if I could tell you right now, like I can straight face. Like
Yeah.
karate was added to 2029.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
'Cause
Well,
there's no
no.
2029.
No,
so-
there's not. Well, on that very sad note, it is that time, gentlemen. This
So
was
we
a
kicking his crock into
wonderful-
comfort
we're
mode.
kicking into comfort mode. That was a great way to end the podcast by crushing my dreams of the Olympics.
It's okay.
you're welcome.
It's okay.
Hey, listen,
okay,
they
great.
still been trying to get jujitsu in the Olympics for years,
Oh,
And
that was
people-
so cool.
and people are like, judo's in there. It was that was also the
It's
same.
not the same.
I know, but that was the same argument.
Not at all.
But that was the same argument when karate was going in. They're like, yeah, but we have taekwondo. But you like karate had the kata, which was pretty cool to
Oh my
watch.
God. I would
Yep.
literally, yeah, like the point fighting, great. Like, okay, I get it. I get the argument that, we already got taekwondo for point fighting and stuff like that. Okay, I get that argument. It's different, but I get it.
Yeah, but they also
But there's
tele-
nothing
they
like
also-
kata in there.
They also televise. Like I watched the karate. You had to watch
me
it
too.
on the app.
On the app
It
at like
became-
weird
like,
times.
they
It was
did
difficult to
not-
get it.
Like they're like,
Like-
oh, it was less appealing, but like also like you didn't.
It wasn't just
televise.
thrown on
Shit,
TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it also didn't.
Did you watch any of it, Rob?
I did when it was going on. It
It
was
also
I
it
didn't.
didn't do itself favors when
It
you
was
have
too
because
much
you
work
have
to go look at.
you have taekwondo that's in
I
there.
got the app specifically for that.
You have taekwondo, you have judo, you have wrestling, Greco-Roman style, you have fencing. So you
Yeah,
have
there
you
is
have,
some
you have
martial
things
arts
that
in
have
there, yeah.
contact oriented.
Yeah.
So it didn't do them favors. Like there was a lot of people upset when the gold medalist got kicked in the face, knocked out, and then had to
And
be
then
brought
won.
to be told, hey, by the way, you're the gold medalist. And the guy that knocked him out got silver. Because you can in Taekwondo, even though it's point based,
You can
You
knock
can
out.
knock someone
you can
out.
knock somebody out.
But it was a
it's
bad
allowed.
call. It was a bad call. They should have given it to him.
I mean, it's allowed in Taekwondo, even though you like.
Technically.
I can
So-
understand them not wanting to. What's the word I'm looking for? Not to. I can't think of the word. I guess it made sense for them to go by the rules because that's why karate's in the Olympics. It really should be done by the rules. But at the same time, they could have just had it be like, oh, it's a no contest, and then you guys have to fight again on a different date.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just it's very tough.
That
on,
would have
like-
been a better outcome.
It's very tough on
know,
the
just so
global.
Or you need 2 hours to recover and you need to
Yeah,
finish
it's
the
very
round.
tough on the global appeal.
Unless
like,
he was
to
concussed.
be like,
If he was concussed, then obviously you don't.
Finish
The round.
round. No.
it's
You're in
just,
the
it's just
Olympics.
tough when like there's a
Listen,
growing
Kurt Angle
popularity.
won on
and-
with a broken neck.
I'm listening to Kurt Angle right now on Joe Rogan's
He's awesome.
podcast.
He's
Mhm.
crazy.
I'm like,
He's a
I'm
good
like
guy.
20 minutes in.
he breaks his neck
super
like
fascinating.
16 times.
Yeah, he's broken his neck a ton of times. He's talking about. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. Well,
I
on
love
that
to
note-
see the retired fighters, by the way, with the amount of respect they have for
The,
like
the
Vince and
slowly
all those
trying
guys.
to
Yeah.
end the podcast.
Sorry. All right,
voice.
go. We're in comfort mode. I get it.
Yeah,
We're
I
in comfort.
gotcha.
But you know what? I'm comfortable because we're in
Yeah.
comfort
We
mode.
are
Yeah.
And I
comfortable
talk more in comfort mode
mode.
sometimes. So
Well, Rob, thank you so much for joining us. This
Of
was a great
course.
discussion.
This was us ranting and
about
raving
much.
about all
Yeah,
different
we
sorts of
did
things.
it went all over the place.
but we've never touched
that's
soccer
just-
in this detail before, so it was
Yeah,
awesome.
very
That's
good.
the story of my life.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all over
yeah.
the place.
It's all over the place. But anyways, if you have not already, then you can follow us on Instagram and on Threads and on TikTok at Kickin and Crocs,
But not on
KICKIN
X.
dot in dot Crocs.
Not on X?
We're not on X, no.
Not on Twitter.
X.
You didn't.
Sorry.
You didn't do the thing. You didn't do the thing.
CROCS.
Better late than never. Subscribe on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast and leave us awesome comments below about what you guys think of all the topics that we talked about today. Submit your own photos and videos of you throwing kicks in Crocs or any type of martial art in Crocs. Doesn't
We
have to be
need
kicks.
submissions.
We need submissions. We're getting back into doing our regular scheduled posting. We're going to get some Technique of the Weeks and Weapons Wednesdays back up. Got a lot of challenge videos that I know we always talk about them, and that
It's coming.
It
It's
is
coming.
taking a longer time for us to get our schedules to align.
Listen,
But we're gonna make it
2024 is going to be coming at you action packed.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna
And we're
make
going
it
to start
happen.
before 2024, but I'm just saying, 2024.
We're gonna build up the momentum into 2024,
Action-packed.
and then 2024 is gonna have it carried all the way through. Also, keep on the lookout in a couple weeks for some special Halloween editions of Kickin and Crocs. So
There's going to be
And
no,
if you're listening
no
to our
sneak peeks right
podcast-
now.
no sneak peeks right now.
5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars all day long. Keep them coming, folks.
5-star review.
Leave a
reviews.
comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly that. Anyways, until next time, I've been Steve.
Always Dave.
Still Nick. And with us today is
Rob.
Rob.
Robert.
Rob. Sensei Rob. Some people know me as as well.
Okay. I love you from the bottom of my Crocs.
And you stay kicking, internet.
I guess that's the end.